Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you. First of all, I would like to thank everyone for joining this webinar. So before we start, just allow me to introduce briefly about our company. So Nagase has been in the business for 187 years. So this year will be like 188 years. And Nagase Group comprised of trading company and R&D, manufacturing, and also processing functions. So Nagase Food Ingredients fall under life and healthcare segment, where our focus is on food ingredients and food solution provider. This includes vitamin, mineral, premix solutions. And Prinova is part of Nagase Group that provides the solution and manufacture the vitamin and mineral premix. It has manufacturing locations in Changzhou, China, Europe, and also US. So today's webinar is a very exclusive one as it is our first collaboration with Prinova Nagase Group. Our specially invited speakers from Prinova Europe, Tony and also Xavier, will be presenting to you the topic about targeted nutrition for all life stages. Okay. Without further ado, I'm handing over to Tony. Tony?
Good afternoon, everyone. So yes, thank you for the introduction, Elaine. My name is Tony Gay. I'm head of technical sales and new product development for Prinova Europe. And I'm also joined here today with Xavier Polano, and he's actually a sales director for our premix business in parts of Europe and also the APAC region. I'll give you a little introduction about Prinova as the entity of Nagase. So we're actually the largest global distributor of vitamins, amino acids, and also other nutritional ingredients. And this distribution strength actually enables us to have a vertical integration where we control our supply chain for our premix fortification business, both in the quality by manufacturer we choose, but also in the cost side of business. And we're now a global player in the premix and blend solutions for our customers. And we have production facilities in 3 major continents: in the US, where we have 2 sites, also in the UK, where we supply European business, and also Shenzhou in China, where we supply the business to the Southeast Asian region and also Australasia. So not only do we provide these premix solutions, we also have market insights and trends, which we'll be talking about today, on various different applications, and plus we provide some MPD support for our customers. So what I'd like to obviously talk to you today about is target nutrition for all life stages. So this is in regards to premixes that could be used for fortification of products across from children all the way up to adults and the elderly. When we look at the agenda, we're going to look at fortified beverages and juices, some of the market data and the trends that we're seeing, and also the market growth. Kids fortified drinks, and just really how this is a growing area for brands and manufacturers to look into. Fortified milk and also alternative milk drinks, which are non-dairy. And then beauty drinks and also the skincare market in general. Immune health supplements, which is obviously very poignant right now with the COVID situation. And then within each of these sort of areas, we're going to look at formulation examples. And these could be for the fortified juices for kids, for health and bones, plant-based milk, particularly vegan milks, with vitamins and minerals to help with healthy bones, cognitive function, reduction of fatigue. Flavored still waters, really with vitamins and minerals for the beauty aspects, so hair, skin, and nails. And then easy to consume gummies for all life stages, so whether it's the elderly or younger children, really focusing on the immune system. So firstly, looking at the fortified beverages area, amid sort of COVID-19 crisis, this market is still actually very large. It's 65 billion this year. And this actually is a sector that's projected to grow up until 2027 to nearly 100 billion. And this is a CAGR rate of 6.3%. And also the kids food and beverage market, which is Fortified, is actually expected to be worth 23 billion. When we look at fortified juices in particular, this market is expected to reach 8 billion by 2024 and growing at a rate of 5.2% from 2019 to 2024. And fortified juices effectively means that it's fortified with vitamins, minerals, could be also probiotics, prebiotic fibers, some extracts and other ingredients. We're going to focus on particularly the vitamins and mineral fortification, which helps to provide some of those health claims that you could put on packaging. And then juices and nectars actually represents 35% of the fortification area. And then after that, still drinks, 21%, and then concentrates and mixes, 15%. When we look at the product launches across the globe, you can see for fortified juices, Western Europe is actually leading the way with 43% of all global launches coming from that region. After that, you'll see actually Latin America and so forth on Eastern Europe, North America, and you see Asia coming in at 5%. And this actually presents an opportunity for the Asian market because a lot of the trends migrate from Western Europe and also the US into the Southeast Asia region. When we look at kids fortified drinks in particular in the Southeast Asia region, you can see a lot of the product launches are coming from fruit flavored still drinks, then bottled water, and then juices and nectars in terms of the top 3 product categories of fortified drinks. Fortified juice product launches actually within the countries within Southeast Asia. You can see Indonesia is very a large growing sector, 26% of all product launches coming from there. Then Malaysia, Singapore, and Vietnam. But most of them are actually having a good amount of product launches within this category. When we look at product examples, there's quite a few, obviously quite striking in appearance to appeal to younger children. Also, some of the product formats are coming in with sports cap, which is the fruit shoot and the Win Kids, which actually makes it easy for the kids to consume, reseal the lid, so actually not to have the whole product in one go. They can drink it over the course of the day. And also quite often you'll see some collaborations with cartoons, etc., Toy Story. So with this in mind, we've actually come up with a concept. We've just called it Whiz Kids. That's just a sort of a name we've come out with. And this could potentially be a 200 ml sports cap bottle. So it's going to be easy to consume juice for healthy kids. And this one will be fortified with essential vitamins and minerals to help contribute to kids' health, but also that bone development. So we've looked at some of the claims that you could get for some of the vitamins, and just to point out, these are actually EFSA European health claims. However, I'm sure there's similar claims you can have for these vitamins within designated countries within Southeast Asia. So the claims you could have on this product from calcium and vitamin D would be for maintenance of normal bones, then vitamin A for maintenance of normal vision, so important for the eyesight, vitamins B6, B12, and also vitamin C, aiding in the reduction of tiredness and fatigue. So just together with a graphic designer, we just come out with what this product could look like. Using that sort of sports cap format, very easy to consume and also reseal for using over the day. You'll see from this concept, we looked at maybe having a low sugar content, so utilizing sweeteners, rather than the high sugar drinks that commonly come in for kids. And that obviously gives them that sort of buzz from the sugar high, which sometimes results in a crash afterwards. And what we're looking at also from this is kind of some of the ingredients which be coming from a natural source, so like mango juice in particular. So we looked at a mango flavor here. When you look at all the vitamins and minerals, we've tried to ensure that the product will have 30% NRV, so the finished product. And NRV is the nutritional reference value, which is actually like the EU reference value for each vitamin and mineral. And this could be very similar again to each region, because basically it's the amount that they suggest that the body needs over the course of the day. Also within this premix, we've kind of had the idea of having the calcium content equal to a glass of milk. So therefore kids are getting similar sort of benefits to dairy, but actually in more of a juice format. Moving on now to fortified dairy market. So the actually fortified dairy products is actually expected to reach 150 billion by 2026. And this market has continued to demonstrate really in sort of the Asian Pacific market in Japan, where the sales here is actually projected to be 50 billion by the end of 2026. Vitamins remain dominant amongst most micronutrients of fortified dairy products, and also minerals now expected to have the biggest amount of growth within the sector. When we go into the plant-based area, you can see that dairy alternative market is projected to grow to 36 billion by 2025. And this is, massively across all regions, all countries in the globe, and for multiple different reasons. And plant-based dairy alternatives are displaying 6% better returns than traditional dairy products. This is in the UK, and 25% people choosing plant-based milks over dairy milks now. Then you look at a plant-based milk market. This is actually expected to be 21.5 billion by 2024 and growing at a rate of 10.18%. So over 10.18% is very significant in terms of a market growth and potential to tap into. When you look at fortified plant milk products, actually Latin America is very strong here, but Western Europe just coming in close behind with 27% of all product launches coming from that region. But here also you'll see Asia very strong, 16% of all product launches globally coming in from the Asian market. When we look at fortified plant-based milks by type, almond is very much the chosen milk now across the globe. But when you break that down into regions, you'll see that other milks are more popular. So for instance, coconut milk is the predominant milk chosen in the Asian region, whereas almond, more sort of Western Europe and the US. When we look at the Southeast Asian region in particular, Indonesia is very strong in terms of product launches from 2018 to 2020, and particularly in the flavored milk area as well. Closely behind Vietnam and the Philippines, also coming in with their alternatives to dairy products. And here are some examples in the market, various different formats from PET bottles to cartons, and even sort of pouches, which is sort of easy bulk packs, which could be shipped to any retailer. And you'll see a variety of different choices. Soya milk's also very popular. And in the call outs you'll see on the front of pack, a lot of those vitamins you would associate with dairy products, calcium, vitamins A and D, have been fortified in these non-dairy options. So what we've come up with is an idea of a product which we could call Vital Milk. So this could be in a 1 liter Tetra Pak with a resealable lid. It's a coconut milk with added vitamins and minerals. So again, this is a plant-based drink, easy to digest, rich in vitamins and minerals for healthy bones, but also help cognitive function, the tiredness, and also fatigue reduction. Looking on those health claims again, you could get from such a product, you'd have calcium and vitamin D for those maintenance of normal bones, but also iodine, zinc, B5, and these are going to contribute to normal neurological and cognitive function. And then B5, B6, and B12 for reduction of tiredness and fatigue again. So again, with the graphic design, we come out with what this product could look like, playing on the natural approach, focusing on the core plant-based ingredient, which would be the coconut milk. And when you look at the formulation, minimal carbohydrates, because we're not adding any sugar to this formulation. And again, trying to achieve that calcium content equivalent to a glass of milk. So that if people are choosing not to have dairy, they're still going to get the calcium content in their diet. Again, 30% NRV, so the reference value for each vitamin, the European reference value. And you can see that we've got obviously the vitamin C, zinc, also vegan D3, which is becoming very popular now. D3, vitamin D3 is usually coming from an animal source, but now we're utilizing much more vegan options that go into this premix, particularly for plant-based fortification. Going on to now the beauty aspect, so the beauty drinks market. So this area is expected to reach 4 billion by 2025. And again, statistically a very high CAGR rate of 12% over the coming years. And the scope of these sort of beauty drinks, they include lots of different things. So we're focusing on the vitamins and minerals in this instance, but also you'll find other things coming into the space like collagen, coenzymes like coenzyme Q10, and carotenoids as well be utilized within a lot of these formulations. And particularly anti-aging is the biggest share of the beauty drinks market, with product launches in Asia being central propelling the aspects for this segment growth. So when we look at particularly beauty and skincare drinks, a lot of them are flavored waters and teas, other drinks, which is quite a diverse category really, and then flavored milks. But really you'll see that teas and flavored waters is taking the majority share of the product launches across the Southeast Asian region. So when you look at the actual countries within Southeast Asia that a lot of the product launches are coming from, Indonesia again, very prominent here with 31%, Vietnam, and then Malaysia coming in a close third with 18% of all global product launches. Here are a few examples of such drinks we see in the market. You'll see some of them will play on different aspects. The first one on the left, the beauty drink, is going to have collagen, but it's also going to have those vitamins which are associated with good skin, hair, and nails. Others will also look at kombucha. So kombucha is also from a gut health perspective, and then fortifying that with additional vitamins and minerals. So it's really sort of looking at sort of beauty from within, nutrients that will help you feel better, but also help with those beauty benefits at the same time. So our idea here is coming out with something which we called radiance water. So it's a still water with ingredients that are going to help with those beauty benefits. This would be a typical 500 ml bottle with a resealable cap. So it's a flavored still water with vitamins, minerals that have the benefits to maintenance of normal hair, skin, and nails. When we look at the sort of formulation claims on this one, you can look at biotin because it actually contributes to maintenance of normal hair and skin. And then the zinc for normal maintenance of hair and also nails as well. This is what the product could potentially look like, going for the low carbohydrate aspect as well, because quite often beauty benefits will come along with sort of health and weight management side of things. And then you'll look at the vitamins again, looking at 30% NRV, so that you have a good amount of vitamins in every dosage that you take from this type of product. Very simple in terms of the ingredients list. We're just looking at still water, lychee juice, which you've chosen sort of flavoring here. And then also looking at natural flavoring and also sweetener of stevia instead of synthetic sweeteners. So finally going into immunity supplements. So obviously, as I said, it's a very poignant area right now with the COVID situation. And what we see is immune health supplements is expected to exhibit 7.4% growth over the coming years. However, these are just statistics coming out from probably 2019. We would expect that market growth to grow substantially more now when the latest numbers from 2020 are released. And the increasing demand of these sort of combination formulations and also rise in health concerns from COVID is expected to boost the demand over this projected period. And what we see is that there's a heightened awareness of immune function and general well-being now because of the COVID crisis. And really, Asia is expected to experience the highest CAGR growth during this period as well. So immune health supplements and their formats, quite a lot are coming in from powdered formats, but also liquids coming close seconds. Those could be beverages or shots, etc. Concentrated liquids. Capsules and tablets are always going to be strong in this area as well. But what we're going to look at actually is gummies. And the reason it's maybe not statistically more product launches within this area is because it's still a relatively new category to the market. But also it's focusing on certain demographics. So the younger and the elderly who find it harder to consume things like tablets and capsules. So something like this might be the chosen way to deliver immunity type products. And then product launches by country. Actually, Singapore is by far the most strong here. So 44% of all product launches across the Southeast Asian area is actually coming from Singapore, then Indonesia, and then Vietnam. When we look at product examples from a gummy format, you can see there's quite a few different brands. Some of the larger ones like Centrum, quite a global company. Also Nature's Way, and then Holland & Barrett, which is a UK focus, but have distribution across the world as well. All of them will be focusing on the vitamins. You see the zinc and the vitamin C being prominent in most of these formulations, and then sometimes combining with other ingredients like extracts, etc., could come into these formulations. So our idea is as an immunity gummy. So this could be in a small bottle, similar to the ones you just seen, and flavored gummies really to support the immune system. So the main aspect here is to be easy consumed for any life stage. So this could be something that kids or elderly could use alike. We've also looked at vitamins and minerals, obviously, in this formulation, but added in also lactobacillus. So lactobacillus is a probiotic, and obviously there's been a lot of research around the benefits of probiotics to also obviously gut health, but also that's inextricably linked to the immune system function. When we look at claims that you can make on such a product, really from vitamin C, B12 and zinc, this is around support of normal function of the immune system. And then the B vitamins support normal energy yielding metabolism and a reduction of the tiredness and fatigue. Because quite often if your immune system is under challenge from having whatever kind of a cold or COVID as it were, you're going to have quite a stress in terms of your energy system as well. So B vitamins is very important to keep your energy levels up. So the end product format could look like this. So very clean labeling. And then in the formulations, you would have, for every 2 gummies, you could have, again, 30% NRV of all these important vitamins and minerals that are associated for those immunity benefits. Just to point out as well, this premix could be utilized in other formats. So whether it's a dairy drink, food products, etc. So this is not just, it has to be a premix for gummies. It could be utilized in other applications as well. So we've looked at, again, vegan options here, which seems to be on trend. So vegan D3, but also really if you are a gummy manufacturer, it's an idea to utilize modified starch instead of the typical gelatin that's used in many gummies nowadays. So really just to sum up for the areas that I've just spoken about. So the global kids fortified drinks market is expected to be an estimated 23 billion. So it's a very large segment globally. The plant-based milk is expected to reach 21.5 billion by 2024, and at that statistically high 10.18% CAGR growth from 2020 to 2024. Beauty drinks market is expected to reach 4 billion by 2025, and this is actually a 12% CAGR rate, so again, very relevant. And the increase in demand for combination formulas because of the rising concerns of COVID is expected to boost the demand for immunity type products across all formats, whether it's tablets, capsules, gummies, powders, and also liquids. And really just to point out, to sum up, really Prinova is perfectly positioned to help formulate your next winning products in also all these growing market sectors.
So all the concepts that Tony presented could be made by our site in Changzhou in China. In order to comply to all the regulation, we show you here the certificates that we have. This is a food site. Of course, food safety is the most important, but for Indonesia, we have as well MUI. The site is MUI certified. Jakim as well for the Malaysian market, kosher and SEDEX. This site is built by Prinova and is designed as well for infant formula. So we have the highest hygiene standard and we can comply to all of your regulation in Asia.
All right, thank you very much to Tony and also Xavier on their presentation. It's a very insightful information on nutrient fortification for all life stages in terms of the upcoming trends and also concepts. So these concepts could apply not only to beverages, but also to other types of food categories like cereals, snacks, prepared meals, health supplement, and etc. And also the detailed explanation on Prinova solution capabilities and certificates that is required by manufacturers in Southeast Asia market as well. So we have few more minutes and we can take a few questions. So these questions have been posted by some of you as you registered for this webinar. So let's just move to the first question. So Xavier, one of the participants asked, are your proposed ingredients innovation all natural, shelf life, shelf stable if mixed with juice? Sorry, Xavier, just give us a moment.
Thank you. So there are very limited and natural ingredients, most especially in vitamin. So that's something we need to keep in mind. Vitamin C is definitely one. On mineral, we have more natural one coming from the ocean. On the shelf life, with the juice, we need to test because the juice could impact the stability not at all on the minerals, but on the vitamins due to different parameters. The pH is definitely one, the packaging could be one, so we need to run stability in order to know exactly, even if we have a good idea of what's going to happen based on the product.
Okay, thanks, Xavier. So the next question we have, all right, I think these questions will be addressed to Tony. So do you have the latest health and wellness trend in 2021?
Yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of what I've spoken about already, but I think there's three main aspects where we should see probably the greatest growth potential in the industry trends. One is plant-based, and the terminology plant-based really now is more key because vegan has more of an association to just a vegan diet, but plant-based has other aspects to it, meaning that some people want to have more plant-based ingredients in their diet. This could be from an environmental perspective, also because of the health benefits to more plant-based foods, etc. The second area is obviously immunity. This is very poignant now because of the COVID situation, but it's raised the awareness of consumers that they need to keep their immune system strong. So you'll see immunity coming across all applications, including the gummies, but you know, as I say, from tablets, capsules, powders, all these areas as well. And the third segment is beauty from within. So considering not just what you put on your skin, what you wash your hair with, but also what you consume internally, and that's going to have the beauty benefits that people are looking for.
All right, thank you, Tony. So moving on to the next question. Yes. So this
So
question.
how to ensure final product is matching the claim on the end of the shelf life? There is no magic recipe. This means that we need to perform shelf life stability. However, we have experience. This is why when we develop a premix, we put some overages in order to reach the target at the end of the shelf life. When the customer is telling us the production parameters, the product composition on the packaging, we can estimate the losses of some ingredients in order to compensate them with overages. I'm going to split in two categories. One connected to organic molecule like vitamins, carotenoids, all of that, which will have losses during time. On the other one, the minerals, where they are very stable and nothing will happen during the shelf life. Doesn't matter the composition of the product, the packaging, all of that. There is very unlikely the chance to have a loss during the shelf life and even production, because those molecules as such are very stable. So minerals doesn't need big overages and doesn't need shelf life. It's extremely stable. So only to look for vitamins on this kind of molecule for shelf life.
All right, thanks, Xavier. We have another few more questions. So yeah, these questions would be also about vitamin stability. Xavier, what is the best selection of vitamin mix in PET beverage format, considering the stability?
So PET, we need to pay attention on the vitamin, on the PET, the UV light. So PET could be used on the best vitamin in order to have the minimum losses are B vitamins. In B vitamins, we need to exclude the riboflavin, the B2, which is extremely sensitive to UV, but all others are quite stable, including vitamin C, quite stable to UV, B1, B6, B5, nicotinamide, B3, B12. That's vitamins you can use in PET beverage format, because here the main constraints will be the UV exposure.
See, okay. All right. So moving on, the last question that we have. So do you have available zinc and iron fortificants as individual material that is applicable to canned meat and canned sausages with sauce, sauce such as soy sauce or tomato paste? What are the bioavailability of these fortificants?
Okay, so in this question, you have many questions. So I'm going to try to make a salami answer. First point regarding the single ingredients, we do not have them. We supply premixes. We have agreement with our producers to use them inside premixes, not as a single ingredient. So yes, we have zinc and iron. We can fortify or add this in meat or sausages or sauce. That's not a problem. And now we need to pay attention. And it's not only a bioavailability question, it's as well a test impact. So those elements, zinc, iron, and others, they have many forms. We can talk about zinc sulfate, oxidate, all of this. And at the end, the bioavailability, the best one is the sulfate, but the sulfate has the worst taste. So it means that we can impact the taste of the meat or the sausage or the sauce by using sulfate form. So it's a balance between the bioavailability and the taste impact. And I'm going to take the iron. If you want to put elemental iron, reduced iron, all of that, you're not going to impact the taste, but bioavailability will be very, very poor. So we need to find, based on the application and as well our expertise, we can support the customer in order to use the best form in order to match the two constraints, the taste and the bioavailability.
Okay, thank you, Xavier. So yeah, we have a few more questions. Sorry, we have a few more minutes. So let's just wrap up. And for those questions, additional questions that you have, we can actually reach out to you and answer your questions. And so this has come to the end of this webinar. And thank you very much for your time and participants. So if you have any additional questions, please reach out to our Nagase local sales rep. Or alternatively, we will be sending you a feedback form as well at the end of this session. So please fill out. And also, if you have any question, you can put it in the feedback form and our sales rep will reach out to you. You can also reach to us through social media and follow us to look out for more webinars. And I would also like to take this opportunity to announce that our new website has just gone live last week. So you may visit our website and contact us from there as well at www.nagase-foods.com. www.fortified.com/mesa. So with that, thank you very much and stay tuned for more. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.